We have someone that is truly an amazing individual. And it's my honor and pleasure to get to introduce to you your keynote speaker and presenter for this evening. His name is Stephen Koch.
I thought Stephen Koch's presentation was an awesome way to start the night. I don't know about you guys, but hearing what he did, and man, incredible. The guts that guy has.
He's been the one that's not only set the standard for mountaineering and accomplishing impossible feats, but raised the bar for the first ascents and descents around the world. Let's give it up a nice warm welcome round of applause for an incredible individual who's here to inspire and share riveting tales of adventure. Let's give it up for Stephen Koch.
Stephen Koch's presentation last evening was amazing. It was very motivational, and just to listen to what he's been through and where he's been and his triumphs of, you know, down and out and broken and battered and, you know, still willing to go on. And it just kind of, you know, inspires you just in a business atmosphere of raw, frustrated, things are going on right now and it's a busy time, but it's just so inspirational to think that, hey, you know, we can be there.
Lastly, of the Tetons is Mount Owen. It's the second highest of the Teton peaks. This face had not been snowboarded, and I thought, how wonderful. I want to try and go and climb and snowboard this face. At about 7 a.m. I realized, wow, it's getting pretty late. I better hurry up. You know, I'm alone. All of a sudden, I hear a roar, a dreadful roar above me. It was an avalanche that had started. And I looked up and I just said, oh boy, I sure hope it goes around me. And I stuck my ice axes into the snow and I kicked my feet into the snow, hoping to hold on. It hit me, knocked me back, and I'm totally engulfed in this avalanche. And I hear this noise and I feel my knee popping. And I'm just continuing to tumble and get battered. And a few seconds later, boom, my other knee. I'm just thinking, I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be a crumpled pile at the bottom of the hill. My neck or head is going to be next. And then all of a sudden it got quiet and I'm thinking, oh, finally it's done, it's over. But I realized I was just in the air going over a cliff. And then when I landed, that's when I broke my back. And I'm still conscious after all this, like 2 minutes of just mayhem. And then I spent that day in and out of consciousness, and I knew it was getting late. People wouldn't be expecting me home until that night. Late that night. It wouldn't be a big deal to be out 24 or 30 hours. Finally, morning came, and I heard a helicopter come, and I thought, yes, they're here, they found me. One of the rangers had jumped out. I knew him, he was a friend of mine. He looked at me, I looked at him, we both just said, damn, I'm glad to see you. And he just looked at me and said, man, you're a mess. When the chips are down, and you really don't know if you can continue on, once you get through those times, they're always there to go back and draw from. And that's incredible. I decided to tackle this challenge of climbing and snowboarding on all the 7 summits, the highest mountain on each continent. Every mountain is such a challenge. If I'm looking at the ultimate goal of the summit and the descent, when I start, I'm going to get way too overwhelmed. I need to break it down into reasonable steps. And what I do is just take it one day at a time and one problem at a time. And like when I was in the avalanche, I had to focus. I didn't think of ultimately being in the hospital with the nurses. I just was thinking about what can I do next to save myself. Because whenever you have a goal in a project, you got to know the path. You got to know what lies ahead. The more information you can empower yourself with, the better your chances of success are. Mount Everest in Asia is the highest mountain in the world. You know, what's your Everest?
The highlight from Stephen's presentation was that just overcoming these huge mountains. He actually climbed mountains. I actually have mountains in my personal life, you know, trials, tribulations. It's just so inspiring that someone can do it. You know, that's so possible. So it just gives you a lot of motivation to go out there and tackle it.